How do you deal with the middleman that you have love for, but it's not doing his job?
The middleman?
Gotta get out. You can't. It's not.
You gotta get away.
Gotta get rid of him. Because for his own good, you can't let a certain person think they're doing a job that they're not. Because then they're gonna get entitled when you make them work. So honestly, I've been a middleman and I've been eliminated. You know what I'm saying? Like, I bring something to the table, and then once I get that person there, they're like, we don't need you no more. It's a part of business. That's what happens. That's why my model
is frustrating. But
it ain't frustrating. My model is empower people and get them out of my pocket. I don't want to be a middleman. And my thing is cut out the middleman. So if there's a middleman and that's standing in your way to get to the plug, you got to get to the plug. You got to respect the middleman. You got to break him off because he got you there. But if he ain't doing his job, he got to go. He got to eat the food he killed. A middleman gets a percentage of something. He ain't putting nothing up. You know what I'm saying? He gets a little piece. He gets a point. Yeah, you give him a point, keep it moving.
Somebody said, so when they want us to make a business plan. That's the main thing.
Who's they? Somebody's wasting your time. They want to, it's not about a business plan because paper is easy to write. Action is what you want to see.
Right.
They want to see something. What you have to do to a businessman if you want him to invest is called proof of concept. So if you say something can happen, you have to physically do it. Maybe not in a big way, but enough to show them that there's proof of concept. So for example, when I started Dame Dash Studios, I had proof of concept. Meaning if I make it,
absolutely,
and I put it out, someone will buy it. Proof of concept. Dash Motors, proof of concept. If I put it in one store, I make it, I put it here, it sells. Now if I gotta go to a bigger business, look, this is proof of concept. In this store, I made it and it sold for this much. This is how much I made and this is how fast it took. That's proof of concept. But not a business plan though, that's fluff. No one's funding a business plan. Unless it's a business plan based on some prior numbers.
Right.
But if it ain't based on no prior numbers, it's not a business plan.
Because you said business plans are usually lies.
They be bullshit, it's fluff. I hate, that's one thing I hate about a business plan.
Because,
First page fluff. This is what this is. Nobody cares about fluff. We want to know the business model, how you make money and how much this costs and what's your margin and how long it's going to take to do it and how much I got to put in, pause, and what I'm going to get back and how long it's going to take for me to get it back.
Because that's when I felt weird writing one time. Like I was like,
who told you to write a business plan?
I just did it because it was like just something I just felt like.
Out of left field, you're like, I need to write a business plan?
Years ago, I was like, let me write a business plan on what I need to do as far as the.
I think it's good to write down your ideas.
The plan itself was good,
but not a business plan is usually something that you write to present to somebody to give you some money.
Right.
And they're not giving you no money off the business plan. They're gonna give you some money after they see, like even in music, you can't make a business plan for your records. This is a proof of concept. I'm gonna do a show.
Do a show.
I'm gonna do a show. People are gonna show up. You're gonna see some merch get sold. So you see 250 people going crazy. That's usually when they start wanting to sign you. But once you get to that point, you don't need them no more. So it's like almost once you have proof of concept, you don't need them no more. But again, based on demand.
What's the lowest number you've seen when y'all was out there performing? And just like real talk, like
1,
10.
2, 3.
1.
Yeah, you might walk in some place where nobody is there.
Like you actually got walked in a place and was like just.
Yeah, definitely. Shit like that happens. Like your first.
How do you keep for everyone? Like how do you keep going mentally when you see something like that?
Because they know. Because I love it. If you do something you love, you don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're doing something. Like
listen to that.
Like when people play basketball, they playing basketball in a park, whether there's a crowd or there's not a crowd. You're not playing for people. You're playing for yourself because you love it.
Because you love it.
Yeah. You gotta love what you do or don't do it. If it bothers you that no one's there, it's make you work harder. But I know. You shouldn't be like, fuck
see, I know your personality with that. You're okay with that, but I'm sure you had a time with other artists and tell them like, don't worry about that. Just get up there and perform. Like,
well, usually
I seen you do that to somebody. We're not gonna say the name, but I seen you do that actually backstage.
Yeah, usually I have to
like stop doing that. You told him stop doing that, and he stopped.
I'm talking about Kanye. Yeah, I know. We again, I'm gonna give you advice on what to do, but Kanye would jump on a table with one person in the room if I was like, yo, he wants to see you perform, and he would love it. He was really eager to showcase his skills. You understand what I'm saying? Like nothing ever stopped that man from performing. He might have disrespected the crowd. He might have shitted on his fans. I'd be like, don't do that. But it's never been a time where I could tell him don't perform, like just to perform when he didn't want to. Like he always wanted. He would jump on that ping pong table right there. Anywhere I say perform, or anywhere someone asked him to perform. That's why I brought him around to London and all that. You know, I was the one that took him to London. I thought they're gonna love. They're gonna quiet. They're gonna love you in London because they see how much you love what you do. You're unapologetic about it.
Yeah. And that's the key. Love.
You love what you do. It's never work, but you should get paid for it. If you love what you do and you give it an honest effort, people will love that you do it. They love watching you do it.
And they'll support you because
and they'll pay for it.
Yeah.
You can monetize what you love without compromising. You just gotta really love it.
You gotta love it though.
You gotta love it. Like when you stopped loving cutting hair, that's when you started giving bad shit. You started giving funny haircuts.
You always bring that up. That one.
There was a couple of times. There was the one time it wasn't me, and I could look at it and see it happen and take a picture of it. But you've given me the Hitler mustache plenty of times.
Any more questions? Don't listen to that.
In the first year, should a company focus on profit or progress?
You ain't making no profit the first year. Like most companies don't make profit for 5 to 10 years.
I had barbers and beauticians make more money than me in the beginning when I first got the salon.
What you got to make is cash flow.
Yeah.
Cash flow, not profit. There's no profit in business because the more demand you have, the more you got to put up.
Yeah. So
the first year, if your business is growing, there's no way you can have profit unless you crack it out the park so crazy.
Yeah.
But even like the first few years of Rockaway, we were like, I remember we did $8 million and lost 2, and I was like, how did we do $8 million and lose 2? And the reason why was because we weren't prepared for the demand. But I couldn't believe that concept.
Once again, not prepared for the demand.
Yeah, when you're not prepared for, just like with the liquor, I wasn't prepared for the demand. And we ran out, and it's on its way back. So thanks for everybody for all the support. I didn't expect to sell that Dusko whiskey so fast. And for everyone that helped, Stan, OG Daniel, OG Ryder, Jay Black, they made it happen. Twan, you know what I'm saying? They all made it happen. You know, Artie, Jatan, Michelle, Miss Harlem. Those are all people I personally grew up with and know.
Right.
They made it happen. Blackface. This is my crew that, you know, was entrepreneurial enough to say, yo, we could turn this into a business, and it happened like that. I wasn't prepared, and I ran out. I haven't had no work in 2 months. So it's driving me nuts, but it's on its way now. We figured it out. It won't happen again. That'll never happen again. Yeah. I hate not having work, and I'm clicking. It's the worst shit in the world. Any other questions? I think we've been on for a while.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going.
Huh?
Yes.
You got a question?
There's another question?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
How did you start disco?
How did I start Dusko? The whiskey, or in general? Well, if it's the whiskey, you know, we had to get the liquid made. We had to find someone to make it. We had to find someone to bottle it at the distillery, and then we had to go through all the legal stuff to get it from one place to another, and that took 4 years just to get the liquid done. Now I don't know if it would take somebody else that long, but that's how long it took us as independents.
How long did it take you to get the flavor right to where you wanted it?
Back and forth?
Yeah.
How many times? I can tell you a year to get the flavor right.
So that's like another year, right?
So like 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah, the flavor, yeah. Because they would be sending it back and forth. One time it was like cinnamon. We were like, what the fuck is this? We had to send that back. It was like Fireball. And we don't do that. And, you know, one time it was too strong. Like right now, we were in a situation where we had almost have to change distillery, so we have to make sure they could take the ingredients and make the same liquid. And we testing it out. We had to catch testing the liquid out, and it wasn't the same. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not going through this process, so we got to get our liquid. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm using the same distillery.
Right.
Takes too long.
And there again, once you got to the
and
place
it's
where you loved
overseas.
it, and where you loved it, then you knew.
Yeah, but it's overseas, so it's like you got to send it there, and then they got to wait for it to, you know, it's a lot of shit that goes with that.
All right, we have 1 minute and 20 seconds. Last question. Your thoughts on digital marketing versus traditional marketing?
I think digital is easier because you can target your consumer. If you're selling something digital, you know, you don't have to pay for any product. It's digital. But I think it's a whole, like I think traditional marketing is important as well. So I think like magazines, you're gonna make the money digital, but you have a physical magazine in the airport just for perception. So you gotta have one.
It's a balance.
There's a balance for sure. But definitely digital has made things a lot easier. It's made it where I haven't had to go outside in like 10 years.
Yo, this is Kenyatta with Hip Hop Motivation. First of all, I want to tell everybody out there, thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing to our YouTube page. And if you haven't liked, commented, or subscribed to our YouTube page, make sure you do so. Stay in tune. We have a lot more to come. Peace.
When you writing a book, Dave?
I'm writing. I also have a book. You know, I have a book called Culture Vultures. Yeah,
What's it called?
It's called Culture Vultures. I did. Have you ever looked at the hip hop motivations that I do?
Yeah, absolutely.
So me and Kenyatta did a book, and it's already written. He wrote it. We done with it, and I'm also giving it out in different ways. So it's gonna be an auditory experience as well.
It's a series. The Fashion Game. Culture Vultures, the book. In business, Damon's a guy that's worn many hats.
Deciding from thoughts of being sick and tired of something, starting something, or admiring something can be the emotions that fuel change. Because write this down. Emotion leads to passion, passion leads to action, and action leads to results. Word up. Question: what's the #1 killer of dreams? If you said fear, you're wrong. Fear is on the list, but it's not the #1 killer. The #1 killer of dreams is comfort. The comfort of a good paying job or in an active relationship can seduce us for many years into the rhythm of accepting things without making any moves to change, further numbing us into a state of zombie-like passiveness. Write this down. Passiveness will cause your dreams to pass you by.
Dash thing. Nah, I don't want to chill out, bro. You know what I want to do? Believe in yourself. Build your own personal wealth. Then that becomes personal health. Think I'm rhyming. How about that?
Everything go down here. Just gotta, know what I mean, be a little smart.
I see you grooving right now. I was in my groove. Yeah.
I started daydreaming. I started thinking about something.
I'm a musician.
Yeah, exactly.
I like to spend all kinds of money. I like the dollar, I like the euro, I like the pound, I like the franc pause, I like the yen.